Gotta get the track list up, because those are my notes. Oh, Ray Halburn here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Crack Up by Fleet Foxes. And I don't know about this one, guys. I really don't. I mean, like, it's weird. I know about it. I know what I think of it. I know my feelings of it. I know whether or not I like it. I do. I like it a lot. I think it's a great album, honestly. But I don't know how to put into words why. But I can't put off the review anymore because other people are going to start posting their reviews soon, so I gotta get mine out first. I gotta be relevant. So, Fleet Foxes are an American folk rock group from Seattle. Or I guess you would say indie rock. Indie folk is the term most people use. I don't really know what differentiates indie folk from folk rock, because a lot of it just sounds like some folk rock. But I don't know. There's an indie vibe to it there somewhere. I'm sure somebody more versed in the specifications of all the musical genres could tell you. But yeah, they're folk rock, basically. They're folk with rock instruments. They're also known for their lead singer, Robin Pecknold, I think his name is. His lyrics, they've always been very introspective, but also poetic lyricism that he's brought to the table. According to the people who love their music. Now, I listened to a lot of the Fleet Foxes' past stuff, and I came out thinking, it's pretty, it's nice, some nice mellow, tuneful stuff if you want to just lay back and listen to it. But I mean, it's not really that unique. It just struck me as a little bit generic, So, and then Pecknold's lyrics, I never thought were all that. I mean, they were poetic, but it wasn't necessarily great poetry. But anyway, I thought they were decent, and I could see why people would love it, In the space between now and their last album, Helplessness Blues, Joshua Tillman, aka Father John Misty, whose really great last album I reviewed a couple weeks ago, he was their drummer, but he left the band. So, in the 5 years, or 5 or 6 years that have transpired since then, you really haven't heard a lot from the Fleet Foxes. But then they dropped the first single from this album, 3rd of May, and wooed everybody with this really grand orchestral direction they were taking. And that was a great track, it really was. And so I was like, you know what? It sounds like they're doing a different thing. They're maybe starting to get a bit more experimental with their sound. I'll check this album out. And I'm really glad I did, because this whole album is just beautiful, it's a gorgeous album, first of all. Let me just say that. Even more gorgeous than their past two. Which is saying something, because their past two, they were pretty albums. But this is just such a beautiful sounding album. There's this flow to it, which explains why the front of it has the ocean on it. I took a look at the cover, and I was like, that doesn't really stick out that much. You'll not get that cover until you listen to the album, because like the ocean, it's got this flow to it that's just so uncanny, because it goes through all these different emotions, too, these different tempos. It changes tempos on the fly, just really cuts around, but not in, the annoying way that some other bands have done it, not like Horror did it. I know I criticized them for switching up tempos really fast, but they didn't have the flow that this album does, I don't know, I can't describe it further. It's just this really beautiful aspect that it nails just right. And you could listen to any of these songs on their own, and you'd enjoy them. They're all great songs, really, really well composed, and, very, very emotive. You can really feel the emotion in Robin, I think, is the singer's voice. So it's got a lot going for it right off the bat. That's what I initially thought. But then as I listened to it again and again, you gotta listen to it several times if you're gonna do a review of something. As I listened to it again and again, I started to notice, God, I cannot understand a word this dude is saying. The band, one of their big selling points is the lyrics. And I couldn't understand a word what's his name was saying, Robin was saying. I caught a phrase here and there, but mostly it was buried under it was buried under everything else on the album, all the grand instrumentals and everything. So I got the lyric book, and I was like, I'm just going to sit down, listen to the album, and read the lyrics as I go. And I don't know, man. Like, it's all very minimalistic. He has all the lyrics here, like the whole album. It's pretty much a concept album, I would say, because most of the songs are connected. They bridge into each other. But then if you read this booklet reads almost like a screenplay, where it like tells you what setting you're at, and it sometimes even goes fade in and out. Like, so as you're reading along, it just takes you through this really stream of consciousness journey through nature and through life, and it's just he's saying all this stuff, but it just all struck me as really shallow. Like, I couldn't see any deeper meaning to it. There were points where there was a clever metaphor or allusion to something that I caught, and I was like, okay, that was a pretty good line. But just the overall my overall impression of the lyrics, just they're not terrible, but they don't really seem to have that much depth to them. But I mean, as long as they don't make your ears bleed, I guess. I'm really trying to excuse this album for its flaws, because I really think this is a great album. Like I said, it's just reaches so high, and I think it really achieves most of the goals it sets out. It's a very beautiful, vibrating, just orchestral rush of joy. Like, even the slower, sadder moments, you can feel a lot of energy in them. If you get anything out of this review, just know that instrumentally, it's really great. Like, really natural, really flowing. The integration of folk rock and orchestra elements was perfect. But lyrically, I think they thought there was a lot more substance in those lyrics than there actually is. Which maybe it's just me being stupid and not being able to look into it as deep as it requires. I don't know. I read through the whole lyric booklet and was just sort of like, it's alright. The lyrics are alright. And like, I feel like I'm describing this and it's sounding like this gaudy, bombastic, overproduced nightmare. No, it's like, it's grand, but there's like a humbleness to it too. It's like this very grand but humble, beautiful nature walk is almost how I would describe it. The lyrics aren't as deep as I might have liked, but honestly, I honestly find myself not caring about the lyrics that much in light of all the album's other strength, you know? Because they're not, like I said, awful. They're not badly written by any means. They're just a little bland. So I think if you can look past the lyrics, you'll find a ton to enjoy in this album. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it solid 9 out of 10, and that's gonna be that for now. If you like this review, I doubt it was very good, but if you did somehow like it, you can give it a like, and you can subscribe to me if you want to see more reviews in the future. If you've heard this album and you want to tell me what you think, do that in the comments. You know how YouTube works. You got this. I believe in you. Until next time, I'm Ray Halberd. Peace.